Israelites coming out here on a Memorial Day. You know, it's a Monday. But hey, no better day than today to get, you know, out here to do this work, man. You know, we got the time, you know, so we out here again, you know, to prophesy, you know, right? You know, where we do camp at, you know, to ruin these people's Mondays. All right, so to say, because really, this is the bad news that's being preached to these people. Really, it's the good news to those that believe on Yahweh Shem Yahushai, because the things that are happening on the earth, okay, are being prepared for the coming of salvation. Okay, so first and foremost, we want to give all the praises and glory unto Yahweh
Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash.
Double honors to the elders, apostles, and great millstone. And much blessing and salutations to the brothers around the four corners of the earth who are diligently pushing out this truth and this truth and sincerity. Shalom. So we're gonna get right into it. You had what, Ecclesiastes? Go ahead and get that real quick.
It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 4. And the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low.
Yeah, here it is. You got a Hunger Creek right over here on a Monday morning, right? And they close down for the weekends, but they close still. What kind of Memorial Day closeout is that, man? For a food place, closed on a Monday, when they closed down already for the weekend, but now they're closed again on a Monday, or they're still closed on a Monday. So hey, the doors being shut is these businesses, man. Okay, and it's becoming a harder strain on these companies to stay open, man, to stay in business, as we see happening around the four corners right now, especially here in Babylon the Great. You know, the cost of operating a company is rising up. Food costs are going up. For you to get your merchandise is already a hassle because of shortages, and not even just shortages, but just to get it from overseas. Okay, a lot of things are being slowed down. So to get your product, it's taking a lot longer. Okay, products that used to take 2-3 weeks to get, now you're talking about 12 weeks, 16 weeks. Okay, head on top.
Yeah, man. I mean, because I work in a industry where people, you know, they order things and typically would take maybe sometimes 6 weeks, but now it's been pushed back to 10 weeks, 12 weeks, like the brother's saying, just to get something, you know, some minuscule thing, right? And now, you know, you got stores like these stores should be open and should be flourishing. All right, it's downtown Tampa, things should be flourishing, but we're not really seeing the signs of that no more. All right, it looks like signs of these people just can't afford to keep these stores open like they could.
Yeah, man. So when you don't have products to sell, what do you got to do? You got to start letting people go. You got to cut back on costs, which is what Biden told them. Mm-hmm. Biden went out a month or two ago and told businesses to cut costs. But what cost do you think a business that's looking to make profits is going to cut? They're going to cut their employees, because that's one of their greatest costs outside of overhead. Okay, which your overhead meaning your lights, you know, the rent for whatever the building you're at. Right. Okay. Other than that, it's in your employees. So you got to start letting people go.
Or you're a restaurant, you know, now you're starting to chip away at your menu. Instead of having 3 pages, you have one page on a menu. That changes a lot because you don't know what you're going to have next week. You know, you print it out, you put it on the table for them, and then they throw it away at the end of the day, and then next week it might be a different menu. You know, because it's, you know, we can't get fish this week, so you have to take fish off the menu. You know what I mean?
Hey, we can attest to that. We go to a restaurant, oh, can we get this? Oh, we don't have that. Can we get this? Oh, we don't have that. And then we got to, we was like, well, what do you have? You know? You're telling us what we can't order, but what can we order? What do you have on there that we're able to order? You know?
Right, exactly. Yeah. Go ahead with that precept. Finish off in Ecclesiastes.
That was really it. Should I read the next one? Yeah, read it. You're right. Back in Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 5.
Read verse 3. Start at verse 3.
Okay. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, I should start there. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves.
Yeah, and the keepers of the house are the strong men. They say when they shall tremble. Because the time that's coming ahead, a lot of these men that are out here that don't have the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, which is the stability of thy times, they're going to be trembling because of fear of what to do. Yep. Not knowing what's to come. Okay? Not knowing how they're going to feed their children, how to feed their wives, how to feed themselves. These are the things that a lot of people are going to be in fear of, and already people are becoming concerned about. People are concerned about how they're going to continue to keep getting groceries to fill up the house every month, every week. How am I going to keep gas in my tank and get groceries at the same time?
Right.
How am I going to keep the lights on and still be able to buy food? Go ahead.
It says, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few.
Grinders cease because they are few. Right now, you have they're showing like there's a lot of people out here looking for work, but that's not taking into consideration the whole population. They're just counting the population of people who are looking for work, and they're counting that as the percentage to show you unemployment rate. But that's just for the people who are looking for work. What about the rest of the population? There's a lot of people that ain't really working out here, man, because they'd rather work at home, work off the YouTube videos, doing YouTube videos, sitting at home and collect unemployment checks or collect what's it called, Social Security and all other means of getting money, instead of actually coming out here and doing something that's productive to society, so to say. Okay?
Quitting their jobs, after the whole situation with the shutdowns last year and the year before, and when they started opening stuff back up, they're like, I don't really want to go back to work. They'll use their excuse like, well, I don't want to be around people who get sick, or they used to working at home now, so now they're starting to just figure out ways to work from home or just not work at all, just like feed off the government, these different benefits, and it's all going to be turned off soon.
Yep. And hey, again, we coming into unprecedented times where people are going to be getting let go. My brother was talking about this the other day, man. More and more companies are going towards robots, man. Okay, they go into automated services, things that are being done by computers. Okay, things that not too long ago people were actually doing. But here came COVID, send your ass home. That job still had to get done. So what they had to do, they had to create servers or programs to do the same thing that you were doing, man. Automatically calling people when their bill comes up. It's a robot now that you talk to. You just press a bunch of buttons, man.
Right.
Okay?
Your kiosks, you just those number kiosks there. You go to Wawa, okay? Go in there, you want to order a food, order a sandwich or something. You don't got to talk to nobody. You just go to the kiosk and press a couple buttons. And then the workers in the back are gonna go ahead and make it for you. You don't even gotta order it from nobody. You go to McDonald's, kind of places like that. Everything's automated. Everything is just press a button, yada yada yada, or do it on the phone. Go do it on your phone. You get to the restaurant, everything's already made. Okay, that's the society that's being pushed right now. Okay, finishing this off here. And the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened.
Yeah, because that's going to be the countenance on these people, man. Looking out the windows, like brother I made a video like a couple years back. I forget what brother it was, but nonetheless, he was walking down a dirt road, and as he was looking down, looking at the people, the houses that were down this road, he said he was looking at the people looking out the window, just kind of staring like, who the hell, looking at him walking down the street. But you could tell that their faces was like, sad. They were concerned, and that's how bad things are going to be out here, man. Okay, and this is going to lead a lot of these the things that we see happening right now is going to lead to riots, man. People fighting and killing each other. You see, just one little domino effect, man. A little domino get toppled, and everything else starts to fall apart, man. And that's what we see happening here in America.
What that dude, Carl Schwab, what he said, that's his name, Carl Schwab. He said we got to prepare for an angry world. Angry world. Why? Because they see the food shortage and everything, but a lot of people are going to be angry. The scripture say, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. All right, so we prepare for an angry world, and this is them telling you that. Okay.
Get that Isaiah 19 book of show that you have. Well, I think it's around 14.
Yeah. Isaiah,
start where it says,
verse 3.
The Egyptians shall fight against the Egyptians.
That's in the top.
I thought it was down at the end.
I was on
Why were you reading it?
Is Isaiah 19 and verse 14. Isaiah 19 verse 14, it says, Yahweh hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof.
Yeah, and like the brother just read, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. This is that perverse spirit that's is on the earth right now, man. To where people are losing their goddamn minds. Okay? Keep going.
Yep. It says, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit.
Yep, see? So it caused that perverse spirit is causing all the things that these people are doing to fail. These people looking up, trying to make money off of cryptocurrencies because they saw that was the thing. Well, now look at that.
Yeah.
Yep. People trying to start up businesses, get PPP loans out to try to sustain themselves. Now look at them. Now they're being hounded down.
Gas prices.
Yep. Your small businesses that you created to try to come up during the pandemic to start something up. Now that's failing because the government or the economy is straining. Gas prices are through the roof. Commerce is of shortcomings. Okay, keep going.
Yep. Isaiah 19 verse 15, neither shall there be any work for Egypt.
There you go. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, man, and that's what we're going to come into. And people are going to be okay with that. Because when that mark of the beast, ultimately that's what's going to lead to people wanting to get that mark of the beast, because they're already going to be okay with not having to work or do anything, and we're still receiving money to be able to go buy and sell things, man. Continue.
Yep. Isaiah 19 verse 15, neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. Verse 16, in that day shall Egypt be like unto women.
The mighty man bowed himself.
A trembling for fear. Go ahead.
And they shall be afraid and fear because the shaking of the hand of the Yahweh of hosts, which he shaketh over it.
And see, and this is again all the doing of the Lord, man. The Lord is systematically breaking this place down through his spirit and his sword, which his sword is Esau, his sword is Yahweh Shai, his sword is these missiles. But right now, Esau's at work, man. Esau's doing his duty on the earth. Okay? Now, you had something real quick?
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 22. 2nd Ezra 6 and 22. And suddenly shall a song.
Hold that, because the article is going to go get into that, and then you can bring it out.
All right.
Go ahead, Jack, bring that up.
All right, it's from NBC Montana. Let me know if you see it on there. All right, you see it on there. All right. It says skyrocketing fuel prices create problems for local delivery services. All right. It says skyrocketing fuel prices are creating problems for local delivery service. Bridger Delivery tells us.
Yeah, your delivery services is how you get products moved from place to place, man. When you go to the grocery store, that truck that's in the back, that's a delivery service that's being performed. These companies that are shipping goods via UPS or FedEx or whatever other company they're using, that's a delivery service. Okay? Go ahead.
It says, tells us a normal day could mean about 1,200 miles in deliveries. That mileage combined with rising fuel prices is pushing their businesses to the limit.
Yeah, exactly, because a lot of these companies that are in these local delivery services, they have contracts, or at least the bigger companies do.
Yep.
So these contracts have a set price per mile, and they have a set price for a fuel surcharge. Okay, but ever since gas going up, the contract, you can't change it. So these truckers are hurting because they're getting paid the same for the gas and the mileage. Meanwhile, the expenses is costing them more to ship the stuff, but they're still making the same amount of money. Same thing every Joe Schmo's out here dealing with. Okay, but it's when it's hurting them, that's a problem. Because if it's hurting us, when it starts to really affect them, and we feel that effect from just that one industry, the deliveries industry, we're done. We're through. Because if you're already feeling it in the industry, the delivery the transport industry really isn't. It hasn't been shut down, like it's gonna be shut down here soon. Then that's when we're gonna start feeling those effects. When your grocery stores are empty, which we're gonna get into that. When you ain't got no more Zephyr Hill bottle things at the grocery store. Baby formula already cut loose. You see people plug out over that when all you can do is simply get some hemp milk or get some other type of milk to substitute that. Which hemp milk is, in my opinion, one of the best ones. You know, I gave my son that, and he grew up to be you know, a big dude in a year, man.
Or breastfeed. Okay.
Yeah, or breastfeed.
You know, if you can't lactate, then there's herbs you can take to help you lactate.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Go ahead.
It says, as far as I can see, I don't know where it's going to end.
Yeah, hey, and there is no end. This is just a collapse, man, a come down. Because see, America's reached this peak, and now the only place from here to go is downhill, man. Go ahead.
It says, so optimism is dwindling. And that's when the scriptures say, those that look out of the streets be darkened. Windows, yes, out of windows be darkened. He says optimism is dwindling. You always got that one person like, no, we can find a way out of this.
Right.
But now they like looking like, nah, man.
Where does it end?
Yeah, this is, you know, that it's it. All right. It says, and we take it day by day, but you know, we may have to make some changes if it keeps going like this. It says delivery services need to charge more to keep up with the rising prices.
And that's the dilemma.
Yep.
Because here it is now, all these truckers, a lot of them, some of these guys are protesting because they're wanting to renegotiate their contracts, and the companies are like, the suppliers are like, no, we're good. Because we're paying you, essentially they're paying them less, so to say, and the prices of everything is going up. Okay? They're charging the same for their goods, or more for their goods actually. They're charging more for their goods, and they're paying less, or so to say, the same for their shipping out to get to the retailer stores, man. Retail stores. Okay, so these suppliers are trying to get off. So it's a tug of war with the drivers and the suppliers, man. Go ahead.
Yep, delivery services need to charge more to keep up with the rising prices. Bentley says a local delivery used to cost about $15. Now it's close to $30.
Double, man. That's 100% increase. That's 15 times. That's 15 two times over, man. Okay. So hey, man, it's getting bad out here, man, and it's only going to continue to get worse. Yeah, somebody get we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed.
I got you. Right here in Jeremiah 2.
Yep.
Yep.
Because hey, there no amount of help can be brought out by the U.S. government. The U.S. government can't even help itself. It's in shambles, man. So how the hell are they going to care and worry about feet or helping out the everyday Joe Schmo out here, man? Go ahead.
Come on. This is Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 7. You want me to get right to the point? All right. Come on. Jeremiah 51 verse 6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity.
And this is why the Spirit of the Heavenly Father has been poured out among a certain few men out here to warn of the things that were going to come. Because it was important, and it's going to be evident here real soon to the whole world that it was imperative for you to have came and served the Heavenly Father, man, and prepare your soul for these things that are to come on the earth. Because you're going to need the Spirit of the Lord with you in these last days, man. See, a lot of people think that they bad all by themselves, but we're going to see here real soon, man. Okay, there's gonna be a very interesting summer, and we just starting it off, man. This is the first major holiday of the summer, Memorial Day. People liking to go out to the beach, get some gas and fill up their boats, jet skis, and all this and that. But this year you spend close to $200-300 more than what you're normally used to spending. Your food, you ain't got your same chips that you had last year. You ain't got the same amount of soda that you did last year. The same amount of liquor. And that liquor that you're drinking, it ain't really feeling the same way. It ain't got the same effect as it did 2-3 years ago, man. When your ass was jumping around looking like a damn fool out there. Now, you just sitting down. Not really excited about going to work tomorrow. Because you know damn well that the groceries is still expensive as hell. You still know that by the end of the day, you got to fill that gas tank up of what you used today. And it's a lot more expensive to get. Go ahead.
Continuing on, and it reads, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense.
Yeah, see, the Lord is bringing about his vengeance upon the whore, the harlot, America, man. The whore that rideth upon the beast. That's why you see this place being judged. It's being prepared to be this. America is an altar, and it's being prepared to be judged. It's being prepared to be sacrificed out here. That's why your food shortages are getting worse. Okay, that's why gas is continuing to increase, and it's just the beginning of summer. Wait till the end of summer.
Right.
Where do you think gas is going to be at? Your jobs are charging more for products, but they're not paying you more. You're getting charged more for the products, but you're not paying more.
Rent.
Yep.
You know, you just your regular apartment. You got a little situation at your apartment. They're gonna try to up your rent, and a lot of cases they have done that. Okay, yeah, you want to stay another 6 months or another year. Well, this is the new rent policies. Okay, it'd be $300, $400 more than what you pay. You say you're paying $800, now you're paying $1,100. Something nuts.
Imagine here, people at the Element, how much more their shit increased, especially after those renovations they had to do.
$500, $600 increase for a place like that. You know, they're supposed to be able to afford it, but really, you know, a lot of these people they just getting by. You know, this is all up front. You know, they really can't afford this shit.
Right.
But now here it is, they're gonna raise the rent on this shit. Now they're forced to move out of it. You know, that's happening all over the United States. Okay, you rent from a private renter or whatever, a house, and this motherfucker's gonna charge you rent, and he's gonna charge you higher rents than you were paying before. You're not gonna be able to afford it, which is just forcing people to move in with each other. Okay, it's a thing. You move in with your family, you gotta move back in with your parents, you gotta get a roommate. It's getting hard out here. Jake is getting crazy.
Yeah, real quick, because the Apostle Tahar brought this out, I believe either earlier today or late last night. Yep, this is Revelation chapter 6, and I'll start at verse 5. And when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, "Come and see." And I beheld, and lo, a black horse, and he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, "A measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny, and see thou hurt not the oil and the wine." Now, like the apostle was going into, man, that penny a day was going into basically the wages of what someone was making during the Roman Empire, man. Yeah, their daily wages, a penny a day. Now, a penny a day, I believe the apostle said it was like a 1/10 of silver, which is a good amount of money to make a day. If you was making that in a week, you were living off good. Okay, so it said here that a measure of wheat for a penny. So wheat, okay, which makes bread, flour, it could be, you know, whatever. It was going to be a daily's wage, man. To buy wheat, it cost a day's worth of food. That means you had to work a day to buy some wheat, man. A whole day went to your wheat.
That means you're not going to be able to afford gas, you're not going to be able to afford baby formula, you're not going to be able to afford oil. It's the same thing. You know, bread, okay? Yeah.
Yep, exactly, man. And it said, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. So see, barley, you know, which is another good grain, okay, and used for many different things. It's going to cost you a day's wage, man, just to buy, man. And this is where we're going towards, man. I mean, it confounds me, and it doesn't confound me, but it's astounding at how these people just continue to live their lives like nothing is happening out here, man. Like, yeah, but again, Yahushua said, having eyes they see not, having ears they hear not, lest I should save them, man. You know, roughly paraphrasing. The Lord don't want to save you people, man. The Lord just wants y'all to die a horrible death of starvation. Watch the movie Into the Wild, and you watch that man pine away. All right, in this little school bus in the woods. Go ahead.
Jeremiah 51 and verse 8. Babylon is sudden fallen and destroyed.
Yeah, Babylon is suddenly fallen, man. You see America crumbling before your very eyes, and it's happening real quick. Seems like every month gas went up another 30 cents. Just at the beginning of May, where was gas at? You can't even remember because it was so. It seems so long ago. How quick and how high gas is right now. Okay, just imagine in 2 months. Let alone let fall come. You already see what's happening in Europe. Natural resources are at an all-time price, price increase. Electricity, natural gas. Energy, there you go. Energy's increasing, man. It takes energy to run all this shit. It takes energy to run your cell phones and your electricity that you get into your plugs, man. To charge up whatever the hell you use, man. Your Teslas too. For those of you that think you're escaping.
Right.
Escaping the gas pandemic. You ain't escaping, man. Go ahead.
Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her pain. If so be, she may be healed.
Yeah, man. Balm, it shouldn't have to be explained to you, man. That's an ointment. Okay? Like Neosporin. Alright? It says take balm for her pain, man. If so, what?
If so, she may be healed.
If so, she may be healed. See, go ahead and put some Neosporin on this wound and rub it in there good. And hope, just pray to your gods that you call upon and see if it's going to be healed. Matter of fact, go to your stargazers and your monthly procrastinators, man.
Yep.
And see if it's going to come to fruition. If America's going to be healed once again. Or should I say the beast shall be healed once again. Okay?
The deadly wound was healed after it fell, but it wasn't outright killed. Right. So here it is, back again as the American Empire, and seems to be flourishing. But right now, it's got a big gash in it.
It wasn't prophesied for it to be healed again.
Say again?
It wasn't written for it to be healed
Right
again.
now, it's written. This is it.
That one time.
Right. And, hey, and brothers that know about boxing, man, once you get a cut, a deep gash, it can heal. But guess what? Next time you go into a fight, they're gonna be targeting that all the time, man. Because that's an easy spot for it to open up again, man. So America's been opened up in that same way. You look at how the Roman Empire fell. The same way as America's falling right now, man. The economy, the military was too spread out. They started too many wars on too many fronts. And ultimately what happened? They started bread and circus to try to distract the people from what was happening while the money was being devalued, and eventually they fell. Their enemies overcame them, man. Okay? Go ahead.
Jeremiah 51, verse 9. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed.
We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. So that Neosporin didn't work, man. That IV shot didn't work. Okay? That stimulus package didn't work. And they're talking about another one to come shortly. But it ain't gonna work, man.
It's like putting a band-aid on a gunshot.
Right.
Forsake her, and let us go, every man, into his own country.
Yeah, forsake her, man. Get up out of here while you can. And for you Israelites, come to the Lord while you can. The scriptures talk about seek ye the Lord while he may be found. The Lord can still be found. His prophets are still out here pushing out his message, man. Lord, will we be a part of that number? So you other nations, man, hey, y'all flee to the Caucasus Mountains, flee to the Himalayas, wherever the hell you want to go, man. But you better leave this place, because America's going to be destroyed from coast to coast. Okay? Go ahead.
Crime.
And it's gonna be a complete tragedy out here before the missiles even come, man. Yeah. This place is gonna be ruined. There's gonna be dead bodies laid out on the streets. The mighty men of war are gonna be dead where they're being sent off to, man. There ain't gonna be no Memorial Day for them in that time.
That's right.
Because there ain't gonna be no time to mourn for the people, for the dead. Because there's gonna be so many people dying left and right. This is just the beginning. The beginning of what you're starting to see happening on the earth is just the beginning of what's to come. Times are only going to continue to get harder and harder for you people, man. So says the Bible. Go ahead.
For her judgment reaches unto heaven.
The judgment has reached the heavens, man. The Lord, the stench of this place has reached the nostrils of the Lord, man. Somebody get 2 Samuel 22 and start around like the 7th verse. Because the Lord is angry, man. The Lord is angry with this place for the wickedness that is done on the earth, man. And now it's time for payback, man. It's time for some get back. And it's going to be the Lord who's going to get the get back, man. Because it was his son who was touched. It was the apple of his eye that was touched. Around 7. Start at 8 and read through 9. Because that, like I said, man, that stench of this place has reached the nostrils of the Lord. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is 2 Samuel chapter 22, verse 8. It says, "Then the earth shook and trembled. The foundations of heaven moved and shook because he was wroth."
Yeah, because he was wroth, man. The scriptures talk about the earth shaking to, it shall reel to and fro, man. Okay? And right now, you people are reeling to and fro. You're being tossed around like the wind. You're shaking in your boots, man. Go ahead.
It says, verse 9, it says, "There went up a smoke out of his nostrils, and fire out of his mouth devoured.
Yep.
Coals were kindled by it."
Yep. Coals were kindled by it, man. So that fire coming out, you know, you seeing this metaphorically, okay? But that stench of Babylon going up in there, it made the Lord angry because he's seen the wickedness of this place, man, and it's achieved. It's time appointed, man. It's peak. Yeah, it's reached its peak. Okay.
That was it. Can I turn down to verse 11?
Yeah.
Going into the judgment of this war, man. Jeremiah 51, verse 11. "Make bright the arrows, gather the shields. The Lord Yahweh hath raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes. For his device is against Babylon to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of the Lord, the vengeance of his temple."
Yeah. See, so these nations that are being prepared, okay. First and foremost, being the Russians, man. You see a lot of these food shortages and sanctions and this and that that's happening, man. It's angering these other nations, man. Okay, and really, it's not even working because you got the ruble surpassing the dollar right now, as far as value goes. Not in usage, but in value. Okay, because more and more nations are starting to go to the ruble because they're forced to. They got no other choice but to go by Russia's demands. Okay.
Including their own allies.
Yeah, exactly. Including their own allies, man. Well, see, the Lord is setting the stage, man. Or better yet, the Lord has set the stage for this place to be destroyed, man. That's why we're seeing this place falling internally first. Okay? You had something real quick, and then we get back to the article. You had something?
Yeah.
You can finish the article.
Yeah, it says delivery services need to charge more to keep up with the rising prices. Bentley says a local delivery used to cost about $15. Now it's close to $30. And it's a good point. He says that's just taking an envelope across town.
An envelope. And an envelope weighed an ounce maybe.
If that, not even.
If that. You charge more for the heavier the merchandise that's being transported is, man. Go ahead.
It says that's just taking an envelope across town. But when you have to make up for 100% increase in your fuel cost per month, you have to do it somewhere. I mean, it's hurting our employees, it's hurting our businesses, and it's hurting our customers.
You see, it's hurting everybody, man. Because what? That cost got to be taken up. It's got to be accounted for on the other end of the spectrum, man. The Lord is a perfect balance, and that's Esau in his accounting. He's got to have it balanced out, man. If money's coming, if on one end is being increased, it's got to be increased somewhere else to keep things in a balance, man. Otherwise, guess what happens to that business? It falls apart. It collapses. It goes bankrupt. They have to close doors, man. Which that's the point that's the point we're making. There's not gonna be enough. There ain't no balancing in the world that you're gonna be able to do to sustain yourself in these last days, man. You can keep trying to let go of people, start charging more for prices. Eventually, it's gonna get to the point where people ain't even gonna be able to afford that. A TV gonna cost $10,000 for a 32-inch 720p TV, man. Who the hell's gonna buy that? When you can't even afford to buy a loaf of bread, you got to work a day's wage to get some groceries, man. They were showing that in Cuba, and people didn't really talk about it over here. But in Cuba, during that whole thing where they were doing the riots, a man's whole monthly check was gone, and they were showing what he bought, or maybe it was a weekly check. They're showing what he was able to buy, man. It was a small bag of rice, a thing of beans, and like a thing of milk and some eggs, and that was it, man. That's where all his wages went to in Cuba. Venezuela, we don't even want to talk about that place. They dropped Venezuela off the news like it was a bad habit, man. You ain't even talking about that.
Barrels of cash, right? You know, to buy the simplest shit. You're gonna buy diapers. $5 barrel of cash to go buy that. People were taking the cash, burning it to be warm. You know, this is and that's what that was. I Am Legend. It's just gonna happen over here. And they're trying to push it towards that century. So we want to get to the digital. All right, you know, that's a whole other story.
It's only a little bit more on this. It says, right now, Bill says they've looked at going electric, but he says it would take years to make the switch.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why you had John Kerry come out not too long ago, like maybe a couple weeks ago, and he said we got to do this within 6 months. He's like, we got to switch over to electric. We got to switch over to this. We got to switch over. That ain't going to happen. America's infrastructure is not set up to be running off of different types of energies and just transitioning over to that quick, man. Y'all are dependent on fuel. You're dependent on the way that America was built on. That's why America's been through, because y'all ain't been updating your infrastructure, man.
They're too busy spending it on wars.
Exactly.
Which is, like you said, how the Roman Empire fell. Their infrastructure went to shit. They wouldn't put no money into the infrastructure and just funding wars. So likewise with America.
That's right.
Putting no money in the infrastructure, roads, rebuilding all that shit. It's just all your GDP goes to war, man. So you, look, now you got a big problem, man. You know? It says, but he says it will take years to make the switch. That's why he hopes for action now. And it's him crying out. Anybody that can let their voice be heard to our elected officials, I don't care what political party you are, it's hurting everybody.
And ain't no,
everybody's feeling the pain.
Yeah, ain't no, if you still in 2022 thinking that your vote counts, you a goddamn idiot, man. You a damn fool if you think your vote counts, man, because y'all got Trump out of there and things got extremely worse. At least when he was in office, things were going okay. It started getting bad, but nonetheless, ain't no amount of voting, no amount of policy changes is going to change the effects that are taking place, man. As the scriptures tell you that the beginning of time is in wonders and miracles, and the ends in signs and effects, man. So there ain't no changes right now. Now you're just going to see the effects of the things that have been played out on the earth for so long, man. You're going to have to deal with the famines. You're going to have to deal with the shortages. You're going to have to deal with people fighting one with another for food, man, for the lack of bread. These are the effects that are going to take place here on the earth, and you're going to have to just deal with it, man. There ain't going to be no amount of pleading, man. We just read it. Babylon, she shall not be healed, man. We would have healed her, but she's not healed. And you see Esau doing all these mass murders to try to do some shit on the left-hand side, but all he's doing is furthering the gospel, man. Because nothing can be done against the truth before it. Okay?
I got something for you real quick.
But this is last statement real quick. It says, this one sentence. It says, the price of regular fuel is $1.47 more than this time last year.
A whole $1.47, man. And that's per gallon. They don't even give you a whole gallon. They give you 9/10 of a gallon. So they robbing people blind, man. Okay? Get what you had real quick.
Okay, yeah. Just a couple.
And then
It was Ezekiel chapter 7, and I'll start at 12. Ezekiel 7 verse 12, it says, the time has come, the day draweth near, let not the buyer rejoice.
Yeah, let not the buyer rejoice, man. You hurt when you go to the grocery store. You're like, damn, do I really need this bar of soap?
Right.
I can do it with dial.
He laughing, but man, this is kind of supposed to be going through Jake's head, man. Like, I got fucking just soap on this head. You know? Yeah, buy all this body soap and all this stuff. It's not the time for that.
Soon you ain't gonna even buy that. You're just gonna buy the big industrial sized dish soap because you gotta wash dishes, and you're gonna use that for your laundry, and you're gonna use that for your ass, man. Go ahead.
Then to get like Eli, remember when they found soap, it was precious.
The hotel soap.
The hotel soaps, man. It was precious things to find in that time.
Ezekiel 7 verse 12, the time has come, the day draweth near, let not the buyer rejoice, nor the seller mourn, for the wrath is upon all the multitude thereof.
Yeah, we need to let the seller mourn, because a lot of these people are going to have to liquidate what they got to even make anything. That's why they have these liquidation sales where they're just selling everything because they know they're about to close shop, so they're just trying to sell everything for lower than what they paid for, man. That's why these sellers are, man, damn, I paid $3 for this shit, and I got to let it go for $2.50. damn, but at least it's money in my pocket. Yep.
Ezekiel 7 verse 13, it says, "For the seller shall not return to that which is sold, although they were yet alive," and they ain't gonna make no money. It says, "For the vision is touching the whole multitude thereof, which shall not return, neither shall any strengthen himself in the iniquity of his life." Verse 14, two more. It says, Ezekiel 7 verse 14, "They have blown the trumpet even to make all ready, but none goeth to the battle. For my wrath is upon all the multitude thereof." And so that trumpet being blown is the prophets, you know. That trumpet being blown in the city, and people not be afraid, shall not be evil. And the Lord have not done it, you know. So this is evil that's happening on earth. The Lord is doing this, you know. And we're just bringing it down to you, plain English. Last one, I'll stop here. Ezekiel 7 verse 15, "The sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine within. He that is in the field shall die with the sword. He that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him."
Yeah, because the food ain't gonna be getting here, man. And where you gonna find food it's gonna be where you not want to be at. Because it's either a concentration camp or there's people that's living there that guess what? They gonna
Hostile.
they're hostile people, man.
Because it talks about those in the field going to be devoured by the sword, because they're going to have the military, going to have the city surrounded. So if you try to get outside the borders of the city, which they're going to cut off because of martial law, you're going to be out there getting gunned down, you know? So those guys out there that in the country, so to say, away from all this mess, where they got to worry about gunfights, you know? They might have food stored up, but they're going to have military vehicles coming up and taking over their land, you know?
And even when you look at these presidential elections, man, they really show you, you know, the demographics of the areas. The Democrats be in the cities, and the Democrats are the ones who are against guns. So really, it ain't gonna be that many people in like the downtown city populated areas. Well, as you go more towards the rural areas, that's where your gun-tone Edomites are at, man. Okay? So hey, man, you're gonna be in the cities, you're gonna starve to death. You want to be out in the field, away from the major tribulation, then you better watch your back. Right. Because at any minute you're gonna run into a group of people with some guns, looking for some food or looking for something strange to get work upon, man. For these women, hey, you men too. Y'all better watch out, man. There's gonna be buck pirates out here in that day, man. Go ahead. That was this. Get that nigga.
Real quick, Jeremiah 15 verse 22. So Jeremiah 15 verse 23. It says, "I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou wast not aware."
Yeah, and the trap was just the riches gotten by what's it called, by deceit, man. His ill gain, man. That was the snare. His Esau prospering. That's what got him in the trick bag. Because he saw that he wasn't judged, so he continued the wickedness. He continued the furtherance of Jacob's time of trouble. Okay? Yeah, afforded the affliction, man. That was the snare. Go ahead.
It says,
and he got to the point to where Esau trusted in these riches, man. He trusted in his powers that he got from said riches. And they even tell you that. One dude said, you know, give me power over the money, and I care not who makes the laws. Because they trust in that. They're like, look, this is what truly has the power, is this money. But now the Lord is showing them that there ain't no power in that, man.
Yeah. The acronym for God is gold, oil, and drugs.
Yep.
You know, that's what they trust in, man. Gold, oil, and drugs. All right, and backing that brother up.
Yo, buddy, hold on, man.
You know, backing up my young. That's what they trust in, but it's coming to naught. Gold, oil, and drugs is coming to naught. That's what we speak. You know.
I just did my leukemia treatment.
It says, Jeremiah 50 verse 24. "I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou wast not aware. Thou art found and also caught."
Yeah, it said that was not aware, man. A lot of these people thought they was good, man. Which we're gonna get into that. They thought they were in good case. They were sitting comfy on their 401ks, their investments. Okay.
Cruise out into the sunset.
Yeah. They had their drop
Wake up,
top.
walk the dog.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, yeah, neighbor. Looking at the $500, $600 million home behind them. Okay.
Hey, they're all fucking stitched in grades anyway.
Yeah, well, hey, and that's why this place is falling apart.
Yeah.
You know? Go ahead.
Because thou hast striven against the Lord.
Yeah, see, they have striven against the Lord, man. Again, they furthered the affliction, man, of the Israelites, the apple of the Lord's eye, man. They trodden down underfoot the righteous, man, which were the prophets. Okay, and hey, you had our people who went joined in hand with Esau and did the same thing, man. Okay, now get yours.
Yeah, I got a couple. I got the wrong thing earlier. 2nd Ezra 6 and 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown.
And yeah, your sown places be unsown is your farmers, which gas prices are hitting them tough too, man. The diesel runs your tractors, okay? The diesel or petroleum makes the fertilizer, so that's costing more. The diesel, their tractor is having to run less hours, so less is being cultivated, meaning the farmer to compensate has to plant less. Yep, the yield is lower. So then what happens then after the produce is grown, then he has to go use more fuel, more diesel to cultivate it, to harvest it, okay? And then it's gonna take diesel or fuel to get it from the farm to the distribution center. And then they gotta pay their employees. They gotta do everything that they can to stay afloat. And then they gotta use even more fuel to get it from the distribution center to your grocery stores, man. And so, hey man, the sown places are gonna suddenly appear unsown, man. Ain't nobody gonna be out there cultivating no more. It's gonna be dust, just little dust lands, man. You're gonna see dirt flying in the air.
Esau's answer to that is just to make everything just artificial.
Right.
You know, just grow everything in a laboratory. You know, we want vegetables, we can grow vegetables in a laboratory. We got meat, or we got this petri just meat. We can just make this beyond and impossible meat. You don't even need none of that in farms no more. They're trying to get you out of that and get into this new world order, and basically put all you little farmers out of business.
Everything is artificial and not reality. That's the problem. You know, Esau wants to get rid of reality, and the reality is that he's built to be destroyed.
So he's trying to be the architect. You know, the Heavenly Father's the architect, but he's trying to circumvent that with his own technology and thinks is working. He thinks he's set, but the Lord's gonna, that's a whole another story. But it says, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty.
Full storehouses, that's your grocery stores. Okay, that's your retail stores, man. These things that you buy, okay, those stores you buy them at, man, they're gonna be suddenly found empty, man. Because merchandise ain't getting there. And a lot of these businesses are gonna close because of that. Your Hungry Greeks, your little downtown grocery store at the Element, it's gonna be closed, man.
No more buy one, get one for free, no more deals.
Yeah, no more deals.
No more dealers unless they're going out of business. You know, then there's a liquidation sale, like the brother was saying. You're gonna find a lot of those. But any of these stores that are actually big Publix and all these big conglomerates, they ain't gonna be giving you no deals no more. Like McDonald's and all that, no more dollar menu, all that shit is out the window, man. General, Dollar Tree, and the stuff in there isn't even $1 anymore. Okay, it's like $1.30, $1.50. Okay, because they still hold on to the name. They can't afford to let these things go for that price. Inflation is real.
They can afford to change their name.
Right.
It costs money to change their name.
Well, at the end of the day, their name is like a household name. It'll be stupid for them to change their name because people know it for being a cheap place. So they're just gonna call it Dollar General, Dollar Tree. But you go in there, you gotta pay $1.75 for a goddamn, toy. A little cheap ass toy for your son and his daughter. Whatever the hell you buy.
And they, that these local businesses, they're pleading for help, but the government is only going to help the major corporations. That's the only ones they're going to bail out.
Yeah, the ones that are funded by the government.
Yeah, exactly.
The ones that get these companies that you're going to see still being upheld, man, and being helped is going to be these ones that be funding these politicians, man. Like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, big corporations, man. That's why a lot of these other corporations, you're gonna see more and more mergers. If it's not already a part of a conglomeration of companies, like Coca-Cola owns a bunch of different companies, but it's all Coca-Cola.
But when you see something like Coca-Cola and Pepsi merging, then you know that shit's hitting the fan. Because those are two sides of the
coin.
Yeah, exactly. You got choices. But if you see motherfuckers like that merging, not saying that they are, but it could happen. then you know, all right, this shit is getting real, man.
People's choices are gonna be taken from them, man. You're not gonna have no choice. You're gonna have but one choice, and that's to go to Esau for the one of all things. Just like the brother made mention of him being as the Most High, man. You got to go to the Most High for the one of all things. As a true worshiper of the Lord, you go to Him for the one of all things, because He said, "Whatsoever you shall ask for in my name, that shall it be given you." Right? Well, Esau is making it to where you got to go to Him for one of all things, man. That's why you're gonna have to be tied in with His system. You're gonna have to have His mark, okay, to be able to receive anything. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 23, and the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid.
And then see right now, the trumpet is being blown, but they don't hear it. It's gonna be when it's right in their face, right in front of them, that these people are gonna realize, and it's gonna be too late. Because that's why they're gonna be in fear, because there ain't no turning back after that. Now it's in your face. Now there's no hope for you. There's no salvation. The time of grace is over with. Go ahead.
2 Ezra 6 and 24, at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies.
Yep. At that time shall friends fight one against them. See, we don't really have like that going on like that right now, man. You have it on a low, very small, minuscule, man, where people, the tension is starting to brew up. You got people killing each other over Funyuns and little stupid shit, but when it comes down to real deal necessities that people are killing them for, man, that's when we're gonna know we in that time.
Yeah, they showed that in that movie Bird Box, where shit got real desperate, you know. What's that saying? Desperate times. Desperate, you know. So and that's the times that we're coming into. Backing that brother up right now. So okay, well, baby formula sword is whatever. But it's getting ready to be where you gonna go into this. Literally, you gonna go into the store, and you gonna be in a line. And by the time you get there, ain't gonna be nothing there, man. It's not gonna be what you want.
You're gonna need baby formula, it's really not gonna be there, and then you're gonna check again the next day. It's still not there. Now you're worried, like, what the fuck am I gonna feed this motherfucker, bro?
And that's when they gonna kill. They gonna be killing each other, bro. Isaiah 13. They gonna. The scriptures say the houses shall be spoiled, women shall be ravished because of the lack. That lack.
That's right.
Seeing how y'all acted over toilet tissue.
Yeah, bro.
You know?
Test runs.
People tripping behind toilet tissue.
Niggas was stripping over that, dog. That shit was on some Black Friday type shit, man. Niggas acting stupid, acting crazy over some damn toilet paper, man. Like, that's what the TV told you. You guys took it and went with it, man.
So how much food, you know, but something that you can actually, you know, you can go to the store and get a steak, all right? How much more the food, bro? You know, that's a luxury. So when that luxury is taken from you so-called Americans, man, it's gonna get back in that brother Miami up. It's gonna get bad out here, man.
It's weak, bro. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountains shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run.
And that's when the truth is going to be gone into the secret place, man. That's when wit shall hide itself. Okay? Because you ain't gonna find no more answers, man. Ain't no answers gonna be found of you, man. Of the Lord. Okay? Go ahead.
2 Ezra 16 and verse 18. The beginning of sorrows and great mourning.
Yeah, this is the beginning of it, man. This is the beginning of sorrows, man, and great mourning. It's just you people are in due state where you don't see it, and you think you don't feel it, but you're gonna find out here real soon that you did feel it, and it's gonna hurt when you look at your pockets and nothing but air comes out. When you go to your bank account and it says no cash in ATM, the bank closed.
You drove all the way to the bank, to the ATM to go get this money, just to find out that this shit ain't even working. Then you try to find me go to the bank on the other side of town because I need to get this money up to pay this motherfucker and do this and that. No cash.
They don't went out the back door.
Yep.
Close the business down and
Out of there.
And you got an 8 tank of gas in your car. Now you can't worry, bro. Now he's like, now what's up, man? Now you gotta drive your ass back home on no goods, no money. You can't tell this motherfucker you can't pay him this week. I don't know, like all the ATMs out of cash. Alright? It's not gonna work. And people are gonna be tried, man.
You're gonna look for comfort from somebody else, but they going through the same shit you're going through.
There ain't gonna be no more signing up for credit cards, man. All that shit gonna be out the window because there ain't gonna be no amount of credit. You ain't gonna be able to just get some random credit card, man. You got to be a part. You got to be tied to the system, man. So the only way you're gonna get credit is if you come to Esau.
And these credits fucked anyways because people let their credit get fucked in these times because it's like, man, just take the car. Just take it, man. What the fuck am I gonna do, dog? I gotta eat. I gotta just eat.
Yeah.
Figure it out. I gotta ride for somebody else. People's credit getting all screwed up now. So you try to get a loan or you trying to get East ain't gonna give it to you. Dog. You're gonna have to get juiced in when that time comes.
And I was watching the video a couple days ago, and they were going into that, man. You know, all these easy times that were created, man. People to enjoy their lives, they were taking all this money out because they were making money. So they knew they were going to be able to make the payments.
Right.
So they were taking out all this money and kept taking out money and taking out loans. Okay. So where now the scriptures say, "Woe to him that ladeth himself with thick clay." Mm-hmm. The thick clay is the ibatya. Okay, in the Hebrew, which means heavy debts. So not only is America heavily indebted, but its American citizens are heavily indebted because they were trying to sustain and keep that pleasurable lifestyle continuing. But now it's backfiring on you because now you have all this debt, okay, and your jobs are soon not going to be able to pay you what you thought they were going to be paying you. Those promotions they promised you, it ain't coming. You had a bonus Christmas, but shit, this last year I didn't even get a bonus, man. You don't really give a bonus at my job. We didn't even get one. There wasn't even a whisper of it. they didn't even hint at they didn't even come out with no explanation. They just took us out for dinner. That was it. So hey man, all this time that you've been building up your credit, right? Because how do you build up credit? Getting yourself in a debt and showing Esau how good of a boy you are by paying those payments. But soon there ain't gonna be none of that because you ain't, like the brother said, your credit's gonna become ruined because you ain't gonna be able to pay. You fall on your payments. Okay, and this is all they're doing to your government, man. This is what they want to happen to you, because they want you to come to them for the solution, which they already saw who was going to come immediately. The ones that came and got that first solution.
They jumped right down. They waited in line. Their lines were pressed around the corners. They were waiting in line. Then they came in, put a sheet up, get the sticker, put it on Facebook.
I got the solution.
Yeah, that's what Esau wants you people to be like. Then you got the other people like us that stayed away from that, talking like this. It says, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? So you got what? Death, great mournings, famine, everything that we've been talking about for the past, 50 minutes, how long we've been out here. These things are we're now in the beginning stages of these things where, okay, yeah, now we can literally seriously talk about a famine. Like, okay, yeah, it's not coming by the way of lack of rain. Okay, it's coming by the way of these crackers destroying the dollar, the currency. All right, and inflating it.
Real quick before we continue, we're going to get that word famine in the etymology.
It says famine, starvation, from vulgar Latin, famina, from late Latin, fames, hunger, starvation, famine.
Go down to that definition there. Yes, go down. Oh, yeah, right there. Yep, right there.
It says famine and acute insufficiency.
Yeah, acute insufficiency, man. So you go to these places, there ain't gonna be sufficient amount of water for everybody, man. There ain't gonna be sufficient amount of food for everyone. Yeah, first come, first serve. And we were talking about these liquidation stores. You'd be lucky if you find that, because it's gonna be going so goddamn quick, man. It's gonna be like food fell on the floor of your apartment in New York, man. A rat them came and scooped that up before you even thought about it hitting the floor, man. That rat was already there. That's how it's gonna be in these days, man.
What's gonna trigger that is panic buying.
Yeah, exactly.
People not gonna be going in there and just grabbing one thing, and they ain't gonna think about you. They gonna see that shit. They gonna try to grab as much as they can and keep moving. Then when you come, you might only want it. I just want a couple. That's it. Well, the previous people they stocked up
16,
on.
yeah.
And that's gonna lead to fighting.
Yeah.
That's
Hey,
gonna.
you got 10 in your car. You can at least give me 3.
Hey, the employee's gonna be like, sir, that say is only limited to 2 per family. And they be like, nigga, the hell with you.
And then he might pull out his strap.
Yeah, exactly.
Might pull out his strap on you. Like, what you gonna do about it?
Exactly. Yep. Hey, they show you that in all these movies, man. You got that one cop who walks up in there and everybody drops their gun, and that cop keep it moving past him and grabs what he needs, and he's up out of there, man. The cops ain't gonna come to save nobody in that day, man. because they're going to be in there looking for what they need for their family.
Right.
See?
It's more a severe shortage of food as through crop failure, resulting in violent hunger and starvation and death.
Violent hunger and starvation and death, man. But it said a severe shortage, man. And right now we're seeing the beginning of those shortages. So this is the beginning of the famine. Okay? That's how we know we in the last times, man, because we're in the beginning of famines. We're in the beginning of sorrows.
Yep.
It's just it hasn't hit its peak yet, which is going to be the time of Jacob's trouble.
Right.
Which is, and we're in the beginning of that as well, man. We're in the preliminary fights, man. The free ones, the ones you get before the pay-per-view.
Right.
Yeah. That's where we're at right now, man.
It says, verse 19, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment.
Amendment, man. This is meant for you to get your ass correct, man.
Right.
You should be seeing, you as an Israelite, so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, you should be seeing these things happening right now, okay? And asking yourself, like, oh shit, like, why is this happening? And where can I find the answer as to why this is happening? You should be seeking, man. And guess what? If you seek and you're sincerely trying to figure out why these things going out, eventually the Lord's going to lead you into the scriptures, man. Because this is where the answers are found at. This is telling you everything that was going to happen from the beginning, man. The Lord tells us he's declaring the end from the beginning. Okay? Go ahead.
It says, but for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges.
So even though all these things are being told onto the, all these things are happening, these people ain't going to listen, man.
Right.
They're going to keep on walking by. You know, they're going to rather look at some pussy rather than hear this word. They're going to think they're going to be in okay, man, because why? Pride has deceived them, man. The pride, many great miseries shall be done unto them that walk in the latter times, because they have walked in great pride, man. You thought you was never going to see starvation. You thought your wallet was going to last for you forever, man. But here very soon it's going to be found otherwise, man. And you're going to have to, the Lord is going to humble you down, man.
Yep.
Forcefully. Okay?
It says, behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case.
Yep, and that time came and went.
Yeah.
But we ain't in that time no more. We ain't in that time of victuals so good cheap upon the earth, man.
Prophecy fulfilled.
Yep. You can't even buy a $30,000 car for $30,000 anymore, man. That shit is almost $50,000, $45,000, man.
Camrys and shit.
Yep. Cheap
$40,000 for a Camry. Though?
Yeah, Civics. Yeah, base model, $40,000 for a Civic.
2016 too.
Yeah.
Not even 2022, bro.
Yeah.
It's 2016. That shit, 40,000.
Read that again from the top.
Right. Second Entrance chapter 16, verse 21. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth.
Yeah, victuals is food primarily, but it's also things that you consume, man. Fuel being one of them.
That's one.
You consume fuel. You consume electricity. Your electric bill's been going up, isn't it? It's been going up the last couple months, but you still using it the same. Now you're having to turn your AC to 82 degrees when you going to work. You come back in and then you see a bunch of flies that have been born.
And people think they're getting slick, they're getting the solar panels. That's why they get you zero money down.
Right.
Well, yeah, you got solar panels now, but now you got a debt. You know, you got to pay off those solar panels.
The
man.
full cost of all that.
Yeah.
$70,000. You got to pay the full amount.
Yeah. You know?
Yeah. Plus, you got to pay the electric company. My pop's got that shit at his house, and when he gets his bill, there's a surcharge on there from the electric company.
Yep.
Because it's like, hey, you taking money out of our pocket, so we're gonna charge you. We still gonna charge you. Yeah. So you still got to pay the electric company.
You got solar panels on your
He got his whole roof solar panels. Still paying the electric company. Hey, Esau got to get his share, man. There ain't no escaping his ass, man.
You can't just use the sun.
America, home of the free. What do you mean free?
Here we fine you for collecting rainwater.
Right, exactly.
You don't even throw you in a fucking cage. They put the rainwater, they'll come and rip everything down. They'll put you in cuffs, take you to the station, choke you, then let you out the next fucking day.
And you go back home and your house is a mess.
Yeah, everything's a fuck that. You done ripped everything down, all this work you put in trying to collect rainwater, clean it, you know. You can't do that in Babylon. It's illegal.
You got all these fees now. You got to pay hundreds, thousands of dollars in fees. Plus, you got to do community service. So now you can't even work overtime because you got to make sure your ass is on the side of the road picking up some trash by 6:30.
A lot of these places, they don't even let you do overtime. You get 1 minute over 40 hours a week. You got to clock out.
Hey, they told me that shit last
Real
year.
life.
Yeah, they told me that shit last year at my job. They're like, hey man, because I used to come in like 30 minutes early, get everything ready, open up the place, But now they were like, hey man, we need you to just come in, right before we open, and still get the place ready to be open at the same amount of time, because we can't pay, we don't want to pay overtime. Hey, no problem with me, because I know why these things are happening. So I'm not gonna feel no type of way. Yeah. Go ahead.
Right. It says they shall think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils grow upon earth.
Yep.
Sword, famine,
Bad times.
great confusion.
Yep. See, the times have been getting even worse since you thought you was in good case. Make America great again, boy. Y'all got on a high horse for that one. Y'all thought y'all was in cloud 12. But then the Lord brought y'all down back to reality. And now things are becoming even worse, man. Bad times, man. Calamities upon the earth. Now Russia's invading nations. China's about to invade one. Turkey's about to invade Syria. North Korea launching missiles damn near every week now. India launched their hypersonic missile. China been had theirs. Russia been had theirs. Now America trying to catch up. Things are just getting a whole lot worse, man. This has been going downhill very fast, man. See, just when you thought things were getting good, here comes the bad news. All this time you've been calling us the bearer of bad news, but now you're living in the bad news. Now you're living in the bad times. Though you still think yourself to be in good case because of that pride. What you mean? I'm living good. Okay. That SRT Jeep that you got, let's see how long you keep filling that thing up. By the end of the summer, that shit gonna be with dust on it in the garage.
You try to sell it, no one's gonna want to buy it.
Yep. You're gonna be walking to work.
I gotta get that.
There ain't gonna be no metro buses either, man. Go ahead.
I got something for you real quick.
Hey, because a lot of these city buses, they be running off that propane shit, man. And a lot of the propane is being sent over to Europe. Okay, that natural gas and shit is being sent over to Europe. So what does that mean over here? There's less of it, which means the price is gonna go up. So these city buses that run off propane, they gotta start charging more for you to get on that bus. Then they're gonna start costing more to run it, so that it's gonna be less buses running. Okay, the times are gonna become shorter.
Yeah. Second Esdras, right to the point of 2 Esdras 7 and verse 43. But the day of doom shall be the end of this time.
And your boy Donald Trump, he said that these proverbial prophets of doom, man. He was talking about us, that we had to be stopped. Well, guess what? Nothing can be done against you before it. So there ain't no stopping the prophets of doom. Read that again.
2 Esdras 7 verse 43. But the day of doom shall be the end of this time.
Yeah, the time of doom is in what?
Yep. And the beginning of immortality for to come.
Yep. And for the beginning of immortality to come. See, this is why the men of the Lord, the ones that understand the times that we're in, we're rejoicing because we know what's coming after this. It's going to be immortality, man. But it says, read that again from the top.
Yep, come on, bro. 2 Esdras 7 verse 43. But the day of doom shall be the end of this time.
The day of doom shall be the end of this time. Okay? The end of this world. Esau is the beginning of it, that is the end of this world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it. You go into that word world, is eon in the Greek, and it's a time period, man. So the day of doom is the end of this time. Okay? Doom is just meaning destruction, man.
When you go the etymology of the word doom, when you look it up, it means decree or judgment. So backing that brother up, that's the decree that Esau can't pass. So the day of doom, or that the day that he was actually made and built for, to be a day of dishonor, a vessel created for dishonor. In the book of Romans, the 9th chapter, where it says the Lord have created one vessel for dishonor, one for honor. Well, the Lord built this dude up for this day of doom, so that he can literally kick this shit over, bro. You know, and look, bro, he was just saying, bro, I'm getting rid of you. In the beginning of it, that swallowing is going to flourish forever, being starting off with the outside.
Mortality.
That was it on it?
A little bit more, bro. It says, but the day of doom shall be the end of this time and the beginning of immortality for to come, wherein corruption is past.
Yeah, wherein corruption is past, man. You see, that's why this place is corrupt, man. That's why the money is falling apart, because it was corrupt. It was ill-gotten. Okay? That's why the land that this place was built up on, America, is being brought down because it was brought up by corruption, man, by death. The land, the scripture says, the land cannot be cleansed but by the blood of him that shed it. Okay? Because blood defileth the land. So this place is the land is corrupt, man, because it's been defiled. Okay? But this is what the prophets have been talking about, man, from the beginning. Okay, get that real quick, and then we get that, because this brother read about the day of doom, the decree of judgment. Go ahead. And the prophets have been doing this time and time again, man. Every time the Lord was going to bring destruction, okay, the Lord sent his prophets out first. Go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence.
Yep. And again, evil meaning bad times, man. And this is what the prophets are out here doing again, of war, of evil, and of pestilences, man. You got the whole the chimpanzee pox, okay? You got the hocus pocus that came out 2 years ago. All right. You got the what's it called? All these new sexually transmitted diseases coming out. All right. There's nothing but pestilences going around on these people, man.
Second Ezra 8 and 50. For great misery shall be done to them in the latter time that shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride.
Yeah, but that's the day of doom, man. That day of great misery, that's your day of doom, man. The day of destruction, the day of judgment, your day of reckoning, man, with the Lord. You get that?
Find this Ezekiel 12 and 21. It says, and the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, what is that proverb that ye have in the land of Israel? Saying, the days are prolonged, and every vision faileth.
Yeah, that's what these
Back
people...
you up, you know what you was talking about earlier.
You want to speak on it?
Yeah, like the brother was saying, like it ain't gonna happen. All that stuff y'all was talking about, it ain't gonna happen. What is this proverb, man? So here it is. Now we sitting back with big grins on our faces, man. You know, while you sitting there, nervous, sweat coming out the side of your head, and you like, damn, maybe this dude was right. You know, but hey, though it tarry, wait for it, because now it's starting to set in, man. You know.
Yeah, and the scripture says they doth not consider. Brother can get that, don't be sure.
I think my people does not know, not consider.
Yeah, get that. Because hey, like the brother said, there's some people, and really the people who are like, man, maybe those guys are right. It's really these other nations, man. Because our people are through, man. Our people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. They don't consider what the prophets are saying. It's not going to be until it's too late that they're going to consider. Whoever gets it first.
It's Isaiah 1 and 3, and it says, the ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib, but Israel doth not know, my people does not consider.
Yeah, see, so we were talking about coming back to the Lord, because all these things are going to come upon the earth, but our people don't consider, man. They don't consider that what's going to be their end if they don't come back to serve the Heavenly Father. Matter of fact, get that in Peter's where it says, or in the New Testament where it says judgment was first started the house of Israel, and if not, what shall be the end of them? Okay, read that Isaiah 3 again, 1 and 3.
This is Isaiah chapter 1 verse 3. It says, the ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib, but Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider.
Yeah, they don't consider, man, because they don't believe in the Heavenly Father, man. They're the father of the devil, and their will they do, man. That's why the Lord Yahushua said, what? When I return, shall I find faith upon the earth? You know, roughly paraphrased. Because hey, there's going to be a very select few of people who are going to have faith in the Lord, man, in these last days. They're going to believe on it. Because what is faith? The substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen, man. So we don't see the day of righteousness yet, but we see it in our mind's eye, man. We believe in it through the words, which is Yahweh Shai, man. Go ahead, let's see what the scriptures say about them that don't believe.
So this is in the book of 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 17. For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High?
Yep, in the house of the Most High, in these last times, it's the Bayat Dawodah, man, the house of David. Okay, the Israel of Israel. So if this first started at us, because we was catching hell, man. Brothers got plenty of testimonies of catching all types of hell, man, on this journey of ours, man. Starting from the apostles, you know how many times they've been arrested for preaching his word? How many times brothers have been short on bills? And still, we still gotten by, because the Lord has always been there with us, man. And Lord's will, he continues to be there with us to the end. But we've been catching all types of hell through all this time, man. But soon is going to be the time for it. That's going to stop. And then it's going to come a time where the judgment is going to begin upon those that... Well, finish it up.
It says, I'll read it again. For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High?
What's going to be the end of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High, man? See, look, right on our ass, man.
They ain't gonna go around. She's talking about go around. Like, nah,
I'm
you
waiting for
can't
you
stop
to
it.
park, yeah. But see, what's going to be the end of them that
That obey not the gospel.
that obey not the gospel, man? And that's a majority of our people are hard-headed. They don't want to hear it. They want to hear lies and deceits, man. They want smooth things to be preached onto them. Go ahead.
Verse 18. And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear?
Yep. So if the righteous be scarcely saved, what's going to be the end? Where are you going to appear at? Well, we're going to tell you where you're going to appear. It's going to be that lake of fire. That's where you're going to be found at. Okay? Finish that up.
Can I get this? Yeah.
Yep.
It says, Son of man, you back Ezekiel 12 and 22. Son of man, what is that proverb that ye have in the land of Israel? Saying the days are prolonged and every vision failing.
You see, it's mainly you Israelites saying this shit, man.
You Edomites see.
We see what you mean. It ain't gonna happen in our lifetime. The days are prolonged. We still, there's always tough times. There's always ups and there's downs. You know. Well, guess what? This time there ain't gonna be no up except for the elect, and that's where we getting beamed up. Okay.
Last verse, point, verse 23. Tell them, therefore, thus says the Lord God, I will make this proverb to cease.
Yep. And see, this is what the Lord said to tell them. The them is the Israelites, man. Tell them that I shall make this proverb to cease, man. There ain't gonna be no more people saying, well, this ain't, you're gonna be in the middle of a famine talking about this ain't coming. You'll be a goddamn fool to think that. You caught up and your stomach is touching your spine and you talking about there ain't no famine coming.
Those are the same people that are going to get caught up in the famine.
Yeah, exactly.
They're going to die and perish by the famine. It's in Jeremiah.
Yep.
Talking shit.
It says, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel, but say unto them, the days are at hand, and the effect of every vision.
Yeah, the effect.
Everything.
And again, the ending in signs and effects, man. The effect of every vision, meaning the prophecies. That's what you're going to see, the effect of those things happening upon the earth, man. Yep, you're going to see people killing each other in the gas station because of the shortages that were prophesied about. You're going to see people at the grocery stores stomping all over you. You just had that whole at that church over there in Africa where the people got stampede over. You're going to have people getting stampede over in the grocery stores, man. Okay?
That word effect in the etymology from the mid 1400s. Quote, execution or completion of an act.
There you go, man. That's why we living in the time of Acts again, man.
Oh, you Jake's talking about ain't gonna be no spiritual powers and miracles. Right. Hey, that's the effect. That's going to take effect here soon.
Right.
Kind of a little bit more. It says results, execution, completion, ending. Like you said, the ending, signs and effects. Yeah. Accomplishment, performance, work out.
Yeah, basically the words of the Lord, man. My word shall not return unto me void, but shall accomplish that which I pleases. Okay? See, y'all thought that the Lord was slack concerning his promise. Okay, but he is no longer slack. If your brother wants to get that, I think it's in that Ezekiel 12.
That's
Ecclesiastes,
Second Peter 2.
Oh, okay, get that right about it. I got it right here.
Yeah, it's also in there.
It's in there. Yeah.
Prolonged. It shall not be prolonged.
Second Peter chapter 3, verse what's that? 2. Is it? Yeah.
That's 3 and 9.
That's
3 and 9.
3. No, that's it's 3 and 9. Yeah, here it is. Yep. The Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but is long suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance.
Right, and really that's the Lord talking about the Israel of Israel, man. Read that again.
2 Peter chapter 3, verse 9. The Lord is not slack concerning his promise.
Man, his promises were these words, man. And above all, the promise of salvation, man. Okay, the promise of the kingdom of heaven. He's not slack concerning his promise. See, a lot of you Israelites, this is your kingdom. You've been deluded to believe that this is your kingdom. That America is, you can make it. Which really you can't. And you never will. Yep. But this is the promise that we're looking forward to, man. And he's not slack about it. And neither is he slack about the other promises he made, which was the vengeance. Because he said the vengeance is his. So when is the Lord supposed to take vengeance then? According to you niggas, man. When you wanted the Lord, all right, Lord, I'm ready. I'm 99 years old. I'm about to perish now. Please bring the vengeance.
And wicked all
No,
your life.
man. Yeah. Now that you're about to die and you got nothing left for your kids. Now you want to talk about the day of vengeance. The hell with you people, man. You're gonna learn by dying, man.
You have to come in this in your youth, man.
Yep.
The Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but is long suffering to usward.
It's long suffering toward usward, man, the elect. See, that's why the Lord, even though we were suffering during these times, man, we were out here prophesying, being made a spectacle unto these people, looked at as fools. Okay, people would fire us, you know, our children being taken from us. All these things we suffered. The Lord was not. He was long suffering toward usward, man, knowing the things that we were enduring for his sake, man. Okay, go ahead.
Not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance.
Yep. That's why the Lord is shortening the days, man, for the elect's sake. Because if the Lord didn't speed things up, hey, there would be no flesh to be saved, man. That's why the Lord's got to speed these things up. That's why the Lord said that his word shall be unto them precept upon precept, line upon line, man. It's going to be one thing after another. There ain't going to be no in-between gaps. There ain't going to be a couple month period where there's things are just kind of in limbo. We don't know what's going to happen next. No, man, the times are going to continue. It's going to be worse and worse and worse, man. And it's going to be quick. It's going to be happening quick. You have more of that?
I'll skip down a little bit. Verse 13. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for a new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. So we're looking, the promise, okay? Because again, it's about the promise. So we're looking for a new heaven and a new earth. This place has to be destroyed in order for that to happen. So everything that we see happening right now, we're going to continue to forward it, all right, through prophecy. We're going to bring it out, hasten the coming of this day, and let you give the warning from the Heavenly Father. This is the words of the Heavenly Father. This is how it works. Okay? We're letting you know what's about to happen here. Because what's going to come after this? A new heaven and a new earth. A new rulership upon the earth.
All right, right. Want me to add something?
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah, man. Second Esdras 15, going back to what you're going to, that's why we have the faith in Yahweh Shemel Shai. Second Esdras 15, verse 4. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
Yeah, man, if you don't believe in the promises the Lord gave us, man, the Heavenly Father, okay?
All right.
If you don't believe in his words, and you're going to die, man. You're unfaithful, man. And we ain't worried about you. We ain't worried about the unfaithful, man. About their incredulity. We're not troubled by it, man. We could give a damn. We could care less. Okay? Go ahead.
Yep. Verse 5. Behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled.
Yeah, man. See, now the hurtful works are fulfilled, man. So now the Lord's going to bring all these things upon you people, man. That dude looked like he on his way to do a massacre. He just looked like one of those dudes. But see, the Lord is bringing about these destructions, man. Because now your time is fulfilled, man. The hurtful works are fulfilled. Wickedness has covered the whole land, man. The earth is exceedingly polluted, okay, by the deeds of these people.
Because the Lord said, when the world begins to mourn, we're going to rejoice, man. So this is the time where the Lord, all right, is getting ready to comfort his man, okay?
Yep.
And we're going to be justified when all these things begin to come to pass, man. Okay? The Lord, I'm telling you, the Lord's going to comfort us, man.
That's right.
All right? While these people mourn and they all jacked up, we're going to have that comfort through his word. It's Luke 18, verse 6. It says, and the Lord said, hear what the unjust judge said. And shall not the Most High avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him, though he bear long with them? I tell you that he will avenge them speedily. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on earth?
He shall speedily avenge us, man. The Lord's coming back with the quickness. He couldn't come back any quicker, man. He's coming back according to his time. But hey, man, the Lord is, you get up late as hell, getting ready for work, you throwing on your clothes as quick as you can, man. That's what Yahushua is doing right now, man. He's putting on his guards, man, his girdle, putting it on as quick as he can, man. Getting ready to come back for us, man. Yeah. It's gonna be Yahushua's good pleasure to come back and deliver us, man. He's gonna rejoice in doing his mighty work upon the earth, man. Okay? Yeah, it's gonna be good for him because what's his name? He saves, he delivers. He's fulfilling his name, man. Okay? So you had something up?
Yeah.
Close out here soon. You had something too, right?
No.
Yeah, this is a quick one. Milk. This is Micah chapter 2 and verse 10. Micah 2 and verse 10 it says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
Yeah, arise ye and depart, man. Arise and depart from what? This wickedness, man. You're not going to leave America physically, man, because judgment's coming to the whole world. But it's talking about escape from this wickedness, man. Stop doing living as these people do upon the earth, man. Come up out of this way of living, man. Because this way is the way that leadeth unto destruction. This is the wide and broad way. Okay, go ahead.
Micah 2 and 10, arise ye and depart.
And we see the way this world is going, man. We see what this place is, what living this type of lifestyle, what it leads you to, man. Being a complete degenerate, okay? And it's gonna eventually lead to you being out on your ass, man. Okay, with no remedy, with no help, with no leg to stand upon, man. That's what the American lifestyle is leading you to. Okay, go ahead.
Yep. Micah 2 and 10, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction.
Yeah, see? This way of life, this way of America, man, will destroy you, man. It'll corrupt you in every single way. And corruption is going to be taken out of the earth, man. So that means your punk ass is going to be taken out of it with it, man. This place is being that lake of fire, America. You're going to be in here getting completely dissolved, man. All that corruption being taken out of you, man. All them impurities, because that's how gold is made. It's purified, right? It's put in the fire. Well, you Israelites, you're gonna be purified through the physical lake of fire, man. Yeah. See, the elect is being purified through the spiritual fire, man. The shit that we gotta endure living in this society, man. Because we are not of this world, man. Just as Yahushua was not of this world. Okay? And we looking for a greater paradise than this, man. This ain't it, man. When we see that this place is getting worse and worse, these people are waxing worse and worse, the economy's waxing worse, even the quality of products and food that you buy, man, is getting worse, man. You know, shit at my job, you get shitting in now, man. It's a fucking horrible condition, man. Fucking hundreds of thousands of dollars these motherfuckers are spending this fucking having to do repairs before it even gets sent out. Like, this shit is ridiculous, bro. Yeah, bro. Brand new $100,000 boats. Motherfuckers having to get fixed, warranty work before the customer even took before he even took possession of it. You already got to do warranty work on this shit, man. This fucking America is just through on every side, man. Yeah, man.
5 times.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Damn, I just cleaned this bitch. Y'all had to get back on there? Like, god damn. Yeah, we had to fix this. Shit, man. I thought this thing was supposed to come in mint condition from the factory. Hell no, not in America. You know? But hey, man, hey, shit's getting worse, man. Soon they're gonna start selling soil and green out here for you people. if you know what that is.
Yeah.
Hey, if you know, you know. You know? Anybody got anything else? Somebody get Revelation 3 and 10 and close out on that.
It's Revelation.
That's in the spirit of the brothers out in Orlando. Brothers close out every week with that precept.
This is the book of Revelation chapter 3, verse 10, and it reads, "Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation.
Because you have kept my word of temptation, of patience, I shall keep thee from the hour of temptation, man." And that's key, man. In your patience, possess ye your souls.
Right.
This is a waiting game that we're playing. Okay, with the rest of the world. The rest of the world ain't got the patience to wait. See, we're waiting, and we're patiently waiting for the Heavenly Father to come and wreak havoc and then deliver us from it. Okay.
Because going into Israel, we're always the last nation set up. You know, so we're waiting for our inheritance. You know, the Lord told us in Deuteronomy 12 chapter, once we go over Jordan, that's the place where we're going to rest at. You know, this place here, this is not our inheritance. You know, so Jacob want to put their chips here. This is Esau's blessing. Now you see it got holes in it. You know, it's being corrupted and falling apart because ultimately that was a curse the Lord gave. You know,
And for those select few of y'all out there that believe this, the Mississippi River is not the damn river of Jordan. You got bug outs out there that believe that. See, it's just the map turned upside down. Get down, bro. I seen that shit a couple years back. Finish that up?
That's because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
There you go, man. So that's what the Lord's going to keep us from, man. That hour of temptation has to try the whole world. That's coming to everyone, man. Because that's what everything is leading towards, man, is the hour of temptation. The food shortages, the sword, the pestilences, all these things are leading to one thing, and that's the day of temptation, man. The day of trouble. The day when you're going to be tempted with taking that mark of the beast, okay? Which is the charagma, okay? Spoken of in Revelation 13. All these things are going to prep everyone to whether be strong enough to resist or to give consent onto the beast, man. You know, so with that, we want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
double honors to the elders apostles of Great Millstone. Much blessing and salutations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth who are diligently pushing out this truth and this truth and sincerity. That we say shalom.
Shalom.